Just a quick thought. Ironically, I think that a lot of the promotion of this wave against anti-Semitism that we've experienced pretty much since the end of the Holocaust into this modern age has been pushed a lot by anti-religious people in general. And let me go into further what I mean by that, because, of course, Judaism is a religion. But one key component of religion, like true, real religion, is believing that you are right and that essentially other people are wrong or misguided or tricked, sometimes evil, but oftentimes ignorant to the truth. And you want to enlighten them to a better place, to come in, not all, because some, specifically Judaism is not a religion that is a proselytizing religion. Like they don't have missionaries, they don't try and convert people. But a lot of the ones that came after them did. So when you trace it back to the roots of, and specifically Christianity versus Judaism, look at the roots of the issue. Look at where it actually started from. We're talking about the followers of Jesus Christ, who was Jewish, who was killed by the Romans, and we all know that story. We're talking about people who spawned from being against that. Civil rights activists, if you will. But I say all that to say that because of their belief in God and believing that what this man was teaching was correct and what was going on around them was incorrect, ultimately leading to this man losing his life, that inspired them to take on a whole new form of thinking that they believed was divine. And I'm not here to argue whether it was or not, because I'm not Christian. And I will not divulge my religion in this specific video. It's not Christian. I'll tell you that. And it's also not Jewish. But I say all this to say that the Christians believed in their hearts that God was leading them down that path. If they believed that that pathway was correct, how could they also believe that the persecuting religion, the one who wanted to stomp and extinguish what they were doing, was also correct or okay or morally sound or anything like that? And we're talking about ancient times before a lot of the modern concepts of letting people even do what they want or free speech. These are modern concepts that didn't even exist back then. So you're talking about warring tribes of people that had fundamentally different beliefs. And I know, like I just said, that's back then and this is now. And we should have a more civilized discourse in ways to communicate with each other and ways to profess our beliefs and things like that. I totally agree with that. That's not what I'm pointing at here. What I'm pointing at is if you're a Christian in modern day or if you're a Christian in ancient time, you should still fundamentally believe that you are correct and other religions are wrong. That's part of the religion. There is no, I believe it's, all correct, because then you're breaking away from that. The fundamentals of what it is the religion is, the fundamentals of what the religion is. Which doesn't mean that you can't do that. And you can't be spiritual or religious or whatever you want to do. And you can be a Christian and you can technically select what you do and don't believe. But if you're not doing it by the book, you can't expect the next person who is living their life according to how it was written in their laws to look at you and accept you as viable or as valid as another person in their community. And on the flip side of that, when somebody is really into it and really is following it by the book, you can't be so modern that you look at them. Take this with a grain of salt, because there are a lot of things that are written in these books that I disagree with, which is why I'm not any of these religions. But if you are in these religions and you are modern, you cannot then look at those people who follow it to a T and say, no, they're doing it way too strictly. They need to follow it like this, unless it's a matter of interpretation and stuff like that. And there's a lot of gray area in this, and that's awesome. My whole point of this video is that I can't wait till we get to a point where we're mature enough as human beings that we can discuss the nuances and beauty of different religions and ways of thinking, instead of just continuously going down these paths of this way good, this way bad, this way hate, this way mean, this way evil, this way violence. We're in a bad direction, man. And there's the most beautiful parts of society is that friction, not actual violence, conflict, killing of innocent civilians, anything like that, but friction in discourse between things, between differing thoughts, differing people, differing ideologies and theologies to grow into something new and beautiful and to evolve into a more perfect or better version of ourselves. Anyways, end of rant.